There is a phenomenon spreading across our culture. It's crept into our universities. It's creeping into our corporations, our media, our entertainment, our schools, into Silicon Valley, into our communications, into everything. It's a form of totalitarianism. It's been called soft totalitarianism. It's set on taking over American and Western culture. Could it go back to ancient spirits? This is Jonathan Cahn. In the latest book I've written, The Return of the Gods, I open up in full the mystery that as America and the West turned away from God, the ancient spirits or gods that were cast out by the gospel at the beginning of the age have returned now. And in the book, I identify each one of those primary spirits that are now taking possession of our culture. One of them is called the possessor. He's mentioned in the Bible. And in his ancient inscriptions, it's written that he sought to become king of the gods. In other words, in the end, he seeks total domination. Another one of them, also mentioned in the Bible, is called the destroyer. His name in Hebrew means king, the king. So he seeks kingship over everything. And a third, also mentioned in the Bible, is called the enchantress. She too seeks total dominion. In her mythology, she even wages war against a mountain that she wanted to bow down to her. In her ancient inscriptions, it's written, "Those who show her no reverence, she tears apart." Each one of these principalities ultimately seeks total dominion, total supremacy. When they first come into a culture, they don't make that known. They do so in the name of tolerance, openness, freedom, coexistence, new morality. But once they get established, entrenched, once they more strongly possess the culture, they go into another mode, the mode of dominion, the mode of every knee shall bow to them. And that's why we're now seeing a new phenomenon in America and the West, that of a creeping totalitarianism, a spirit that seeks to silence all dissent, and any group, any faith, any organization, any house of worship, or any individual who stands in its way. There's a spirit now in America that's actually against free speech, a spirit that seeks all to conform and bow down. Remember what happened when the god Baal achieved supremacy in Israel. In the days of Ahab and Jezebel, there began a persecution in Israel to hunt down and kill those who wouldn't do homage, wouldn't bow their knee to Baal. The gods or spirits always move to the phase of every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess their name. And that's where we are now in America. The same spirits, ideas, ways, moralities that entered America in the name of tolerance and openness and liberation are now in the phase of dominion. And so believers are getting marginalized, stigmatized, villainized, warred against, deplatformed, defunded, prosecuted, persecuted, punished, canceled. And that is why there is a new totalitarianism creeping into our culture, to tell you what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot say, what you can and cannot think, and what you must condemn and what you must celebrate. What do you do? In The Return of the Gods, I speak about what we need to do. For starters, you stand up against it. What breaks totalitarianism? The brave, the courageous who stand up against it. The power of God is what you have that is greater than any power on earth to do what is right. There's only one you have to answer to, and that is God. The Return of the Gods is opening up the mystery behind everything that's happening, everything that's it's moving to, what will happen, and why it's happening. You'll see it in a new light with crystal clarity. Why? And also what is coming and what you need to know to prevail and prosper in the days to come. The Return of the Gods is available wherever there are books. Wherever books are sold, you can get The Return of the Gods. Get it not just for yourself, but for those in your life who need to know. Now, next time, I will be sharing the answer and the hope, the other God. Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss it. This is Jonathan Cahn. I'll see you next time with the other God. Who is like Jesus, Messiah, Yeshua? There's no one, not Buddha, not Mohammed, not Joseph Smith, whose words still change the lives of millions around the world to this day. There's nobody. There is no one like our God, and there is no one like our Savior.